Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today we had Kyle Robinson on the pod. We first started off talking about the New York Knicks because we are both huge Knicks fans, and the NBA Finals is actually today. We then moved on to our draft, and today's draft topic was, shocker, favorite Knick role players ever. I asked him a bunch of questions, and then we finished with questions from the people. I do want to talk about this on the top a little bit. I do mention it at the end of the podcast, but I wanted to say congrats to everyone who made Team USA. I'm incredibly happy and proud of my friends and everyone who earned a spot on the roster. It was well deserved. To address the elephant in the room, unfortunately, I did not make the team. Thank you to everyone who has reached out over the last few days. Obviously, I'm a little disappointed, but I'm also extremely grateful for the experience and everything I've learned throughout the process over the last year. I mentioned a few times, but I have been managing injuries. I'm going to use this time to finally get ahead of them and get my body where it needs to be. I know exactly what I need to work on to improve, and I'm excited for what the future holds and motivated to keep getting better and better every day. That is it. I hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah. Going on you with the pick and roll. Younger flame, he in sicko mode.
Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today we got Kyle Robinson on the pod. Kyle, how are we doing?
We're doing good, man. Chilling. Ready for the next game.
Let's go. Next game tomorrow night. I don't think they've played in almost 10 days now.
It's driving me crazy, man. I need Knicks basketball back.
You know what's crazy too, and I was actually talking to one of my coworkers about this today. Everyone is glazing the Spurs right now, and I'm like, everyone's glazing the Spurs because they just played the Thunder in a game 7. If roles were reversed and the Knicks were playing in a 7-game series, I feel like everyone would be talking about the Knicks and not as many people will be talking about the Spurs.
Especially coming off 11-game winning streak like we are. You know what I mean? Like that streak's still there. Like we're playing the hottest basketball we played all season.
Yep. And I don't know if you saw I think it was Fanatics line. It was it was Knicks to win the series. I think it was plus 250.
Damn.
I was like, that line should be Spurs minus 120 or something like that. It should be pretty even, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a battle of a series, but I've liked how he matched up. And it's impossible to match up into Wemby, but I've liked how he matched up into him in comparison to other teams.
No, I totally agree.
Big Mitch does a great job. And we have so many big, tall bodies that we can throw at him that other teams don't have. Other teams get one guy, he gets in foul trouble, and they're screwed.
So do you think Mitchell Robinson's going to be healthy?
I think he's playing, period. Fully healthy, no. How healthy he is to be determined. But it's a pinky. I feel like every one of us that are big Knicks fans would be like, we would just wrap that shit up tight and get out there, you know?
And I told someone I would donate my pinky to Mitchell Robinson if I could.
But I feel like he's that kind of player where he's just going to tape it up and go because he's a dog.
So I was searching deep for all this information. So it came out today that Mitchell Robinson hurt his pinky, not at a game, not at a practice, but at his house. Didn't say what, but it is a boxing fracture. So he definitely punched something, 1,000,000%, it seems like. He did have surgery last Tuesday, and there was a video that was circulating today on X of him shooting. And he had it looked like a brace that was like a buddy brace for his ring finger to his pinky finger.
Okay. Yeah, I saw a video of Mike Brown talking about how the pinky didn't break in practice, but that was the only thing that I saw. He looked pissed.
Yeah, I was digging deep for this too because I'm like, oh, they finally make it to the finals. First time since 99. Before that 94, then before that 73. So you're like, for me, I mean, I was born in 99, but I'm like, right now, this is kind of a once in a lifetime thing. You know, I was 4 years old when they made the finals last time.
Yeah, 99, I was 1.
So you don't remember?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I really think the series just comes down to obviously Mitch being healthy. He's a huge X factor. I think it comes down to Cat and is he going to get these silly fouls, which he's been good in the playoffs for the most part. And I think it's going to come down to Cat stretching the floor because that's not what Chet Holmgren or Holmgren was doing for the Thunder. Like he would catch the ball, pass, not catch the ball, go out of bounds. Like he was seeing ghosts.
He was not good in dead space. I think that's something Cat's really good at is he can kind of create out of nothing, like a point guard, which is why I like how they changed the offense in the playoffs because they weren't like that all regular season. And then they realized they needed to switch, and that's like when the 11-game winning streak started. Is when they switched up. Cat facilitates a lot more now than he used to.
Yeah, I like that a lot. He reminds me a lot of. I mean, Mike Brown coached the Kings when Sabonis was doing this, but he's Sabonis on the Kings right now.
Yeah, but I think a more athletic Sabonis, so it's working out well.
Yeah, and also Sabonis heck can shoot.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, I'm excited. Do you have any predictions?
I think Knicks in 6. I think we win it at home at the Garden. The place blows up. I think it'll be cinema.
The famous Brandon Jennings quote: "Knicks in 6."
My goat. I have his jersey in my closet.
Let's go.
I have a Brandon Jennings Knicks jersey. I thought he was him, and then he played for half a season and quit. That was my goat. I love Brandon Jennings.
Brandon Jennings, that's crazy. I think if the Knicks are healthy, I think if Mitchell Robinson's healthy, I think that they can win in 6. I think if Mitch isn't healthy and they're going to have to figure out a lineup where OG's the backup 5, which means he's probably not playing with the starters as much as you would like. I think that probably would go 7, and in a 7-game series, I don't know. I think it's very easy to say that the home team would win the game 7, but in the playoffs this year, the road team has won, I think, almost every game 7, if not every game 7.
Yeah, I never really thought of it, but it has been most. Not every, because didn't the Pistons win a game 7?
Yes. Yep. You're right. Yep.
But I think every other one, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. So, we'll see. One last thing I want to kind of mention about this series too that I wouldn't say irks me, but I think you have to play devil's advocate here for sure. So everyone's talking about the Knicks and their playoff path to the finals. So they play the Hawks, they go down 2-1, then they go fucking sicko mode, and then they win 3 in a row. They sweep the 76ers, and then they sweep the Cavs. And it's not like they were winning every game by, 4 or 5 points. It was like 30 points, 40 points, up by 60 points, like just complete ass whooping games to the point where you don't even have to watch.
Yeah.
The Spurs' path to the finals was the Blazers, which I believe they lost 2 games. Then they played the Timberwolves. Dante DiVincenzo, he tears his Achilles the very first game within the first minute of the game. Anthony Edwards is hobbling. And then Ayo Dosunmu, I believe he missed game 3 or game 4. Then they won in 6, the Spurs. And then they play an OKC team that was missing Jalen Williams the entire series besides, I think, one game where he got hurt, came back, I think game 6, played a few minutes, and then just sat. And then it took the Spurs 7 games to beat them. And they also didn't have AJ Mitchell. So I think that, yes, you play who you play, but I think the Knicks have it. And I mean, I know people are going to hear this and be like, no shit, Ryan's going to say that. But I really do think, I think they got it.
I think if we lose this one, it's one we're going to look back on, even more so than 99. Like this one's going to hurt if we don't, because we have the talent. We're going up against an opponent that's like beatable. I think it's going to be hard as hell, but I think they're a beatable opponent. We have shown that we can, contain Wemby to some extent. Our offense is finally hitting its stride. Our defense has always been solid. I really think this is our year.
And the Knicks, they have so much experience too. Like Jalen Brunson, he made the Western Conference Finals for the Mavericks, 2 Eastern Conference Finals for the Knicks. Cat made the Western Conference Finals for the Timberwolves, then 2 for the Knicks. And OG Anunoby was on that Raptors team that won the finals. So they have experience.
Bridges was on the Suns team that was in the finals too.
So like they've been there before, and don't get me wrong, the Spurs are good, and they're young, and they're hungry, and they're feisty, and they have a lot of energy, and they have like the home court advantage. But we'll see. I mean, I think if the Knicks, all they have to do is split a game in San Antonio.
which I think is doable.
I would love to see it be game one, but I also wouldn't hate if they just lost game one and they won game two, and now you go back home.
With momentum.
Yeah, especially with that crowd, because
Yeah.
that crowd's gonna be insane.
You see ticket prices? Have you looked at those recently?
Yeah, I was looking at Eastern Conference Finals tickets and then Finals tickets, and I'm not putting my house on the market, so I'm not going to the game.
Dude, I told myself when I was like 10, if the Knicks ever made the finals, I'd go to a game at MSG. And I'm going to break a promise to 10-year-old me, man. They're too expensive. It's like $6,000 to get in the door.
Yep. When I was looking, there were three, and when the Yankees made the World Series, what, 2 years ago against the Dodgers, I was gonna go to, I think it was so it was at Yankee Stadium. I believe it was game three. The Yankees got fucking cooked, and I was very, very, very close to pulling the trigger of spending $1,400 on a ticket. And my buddy went. So like it's not like I was like, oh, I might go, I may not go. Like I was ready to go.
Most I spent was 650 on Rangers tickets, Game 7 Eastern Conference Finals. That was fun. Me and my brother went. That game was crazy. It was a triple overtime game winner.
Wow.
That was electric. That was so much fun to watch. I'm not even the biggest hockey fan, but like hockey live is something else, man. It's really fun to watch.
Yeah, that's cool. Remember when we went to the Sixers Knicks game in
Oh,
Philly?
yeah, I do, bro. That was a home game.
Oh my God.
That was so much fun. And even this year, we didn't go this year, but it still felt like a home game. Like you could hear the Knicks crowd there. Unbelievable.
Nuts. My cousin, she went to the Pistons Magic game seven in Detroit, and she showed me a bunch of, videos and stuff. And I was like, you want to see like some like cooler videos low key? She's like, yeah. And I pulled up like everyone at oh man, what's the name of that arena? Uh it's not Citizens. Whatever the Sixers arena is, but all the Knick fans there, everyone's staying. At the end of the game, you look around and all the Sixer fans are gone, and it was just what a time, dude. That was nuts.
Dude, there was "fuck Trey Young" chants in the audience. Like it was crazy. We were dancing on statues. It was nuts. It was surreal.
Joel B jerseys on the ground. I remember we we walked out, and I walked out to some guy in a wheelchair driving over in
Yeah,
B jersey.
yeah. Oh man, that was a fun day.
Boy, yeah. But all right, let's get into our draft. Today's draft topic is favorite Nick role players ever. Do you want to do 5 rounds because it's just two of us, or do you want to do a few less rounds?
That's up to you. I'm fine with either.
I can go, so I think we should do five.
Let's do five.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Um, I can go first, but I want clarification on what we mean by role player. Like John Starks is a role player technically. Is that what we're using as like the bar, or are we just doing like gimmick guys that we love, like Ron Baker's?
So I was gonna put Ron Baker on my list. I did not, but so for me, like Patrick Ewing isn't a role player. Carmelo Anthony's not a role player. Porzingis isn't one. And I was gonna say that Derrick Rose wasn't, or that he is, but I think he wasn't. You could argue the second time he was on the team that he wasn't, but I don't have him on my list.
That's fair. All right. So I'll go first with Amon Shumpert.
That's a good one. He was a fan favorite for sure. When they traded him and
My,
J.R. Smith,
one of my favorites of all time, man.
when they went to the finals all those times, and you're just like, dude, they were on the Knicks. They traded him for a bag of Sun Chips.
Devastated.
Lance Thomas.
That's a good pull. That's back in the we were garbage days.
That's who they traded him for.
Oh, I thought that was your pick.
No, it was like Lance Thomas, Lou
Yeah.
Amundsen, and like I think a first round pick. I don't know.
Yeah.
No. All right, my first round pick here. Man, there's two right now. There's two. There's two. I couldn't go. I couldn't pick here. I'm gonna go Josh Hart.
That's a great pick.
I think you just have to go Josh Hart here. Fan favorite for sure. Great role player, fills his role. Great guy to come off the bench when he needs to come off the bench. There's definitely some games where you're like, all right, I don't think he should be playing like 25 minutes today, but love Josh Hart. Love his energy. Love his effort.
When he's on, he's on. And lately, I feel like his three seems automatic. When he puts it up, he doesn't. He knows when he's gonna hit it, and oh man, does it go in?
He goes 5 for 6 or 1 for 8. There is no in between with him.
Well, lately, it's been a good percentage, so I'll take that going into the finals.
Uh-huh.
I'll stick with current players for this one. I'm going Landry Shamet. Got a lock in
Oh,
Eastern Conference Finals 3-point percentage. Legend.
I love Landry Shamet. When he hurt his shoulder, I was like, I really hope that they bring him back because they cut him just to save the roster spot. But yeah, man, Landry Shamet, he's been automatic, especially against the Cavaliers. But dude, there was one shot that he missed, and every time he just got the ball, I'm like, just chuck it, it's going in.
I would have just kept feeding him heat checks. Take it from 40 feet away. I don't care. Like it was unreal to watch.
And he gets so high on his jump shot too.
And it's so fast though. He doesn't take a lot of time. He's got just a nice spring to it. It's like Deuce McBride reminds me of that. They get up so quickly, like super high up.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great comparison. All right, my second pick, I'm going with J.R. Swish.
It's a good one. I knew it would go eventually, but I took Shumpert, so I didn't want to take him.
I love J.R. Smith. He was my wallpaper for a long time. Even when Carmelo was on the team, he was still my favorite player. Uh, he he was like, I guess, Walmart Kyrie Irving, but he could be Kyrie Irving at the same time. Like he had so many game winners. He was in the news for like so much stuff, like DMing a girl asking if she wants to pipe. You just never knew what you're gonna get with J.R. Smith, but I love J.R. Smith. He had that picture he posted on X or Twitter at the time of just his ass.
He also way better dunker than Kyrie Irving.
Yeah,
That's
way
that boy
some
was the oop god.
nasty dunks in Denver.
So good pick. I'm going with Pablo Prigioni himself. That's shout out Brett. That's one of Brett's favorite Knicks of all time.
He was a rookie. I think he was 38.
Yep. uh,
Knicks tape
how far
legend.
we've come. How far we've come, man.
Man, that team, Jason Kidd, Rasheed Wallace, Kenyon Martin, Steve Novak.
That team was like 10 years younger when they got together. It might have actually did something.
They would have been the Warriors. Great pick. Great pick. All right, my third pick. I am going to go with IQ Emmanuel Quickly.
That's a good one.
Devastated when they traded him and RJ Barrett for OG Anunoby, but I understood why they did it, but they weren't going to give him the contract that he wanted, which he ended up getting in Toronto. And I think if you know ball, you're like, yeah, he's not worth that. And Toronto's a little stuck right now with their money situation. But so many great memories. He was on like the baby boomer Knicks, the 2020 team, 2021 team, where him, Julius Randle, and RJ Barrett just kind of brought the team back.
That team was so fun to watch. We were at that Celtics game where RJ Barrett hit the game winner in triple overtime on opening day. Me, Brett, Gio, like a couple of us were there, and that was one of like my all-time nickdoms. You know, like at MSG, like seeing something crazy, and that was IQ and RJ kept us in that game, so that was so much fun.
I think Maybe it was like another game after that, but I swear IQ had like a 40-point game against Boston when Jalen Brunson was out.
Maybe. I don't remember now. It's been too long.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna go with a baby Nick for my next pick. One of my favorite Knicks of all time, actually, Obi Toppin.
Ooh.
I loved Obi. I wish he was still a Knick. He could jump out of the gym.
I was happy when they drafted him. I do think it was a pick where they didn't think Julius Randle was going to be Julius Randle.
Yeah.
Um, but I was really happy coming out of Dayton. I believe he won like Player of the Year for something. Okay, so IQ on March 5th, 2023 had 38 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks, and a double OT win against the Celtics in TD Garden.
Wow, that was the same season.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yep. That was a wild game. All right. My fourth pick here. I do have Pablo Prigioni on my list, by the way. I have him ninth. I'm gonna have to go Dante DiVincenzo. Once a Nick, always a Nick.
Oh, the big ragu.
Oh man, when they got Bridges and they all FaceTime each other, the Nova Knicks, you're like, yes, the power of friendship. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way anyone's gonna beat the Knicks. And then they trade him, I don't know, a few weeks later for Cat, and you're like, God damn it.
The commercials still make me sad, bro. Where the three of them, like Mikhail, Josh, and Brunson, are all together, and then it's just fucking Dante by himself.
The March Madness commercial. Yeah, bro, low key shed a tear.
Yeah, right. Like it's how I can't even imagine how he must feel seeing his friends get to still play together, live out their dreams.
Come back, please.
Uh,
Don't re-sign with the Timberwolves.
I hope he doesn't. But I mean, he is loved there too. I feel like he's someone that's loved wherever he goes. He's always been a hooper.
1,000,000%. All right, this is your last pick, right?
It is, and I'm torn. I got two. Um, I think I'm gonna go with Jamal Crawford.
Oh, love that.
It was between that and Nate Robb. But I think Jamal Crawford is just the epitome of like a volume scoring bench demon, 6 man, just go out and give you a bucket.
He's a great announcer too.
Yeah, yeah, very insightful. I like when pros like that become announcers. It's a lot of fun to kind of get their insight.
He started announcing games, I think, on MSG like 2 years ago, like just filling in, and I was like, he's really good. I would love to hear him announce more games, and now he's announcing playoff games.
Yeah.
All right, my last pick. I got one, two. Oh, I got five on the board still. You took some OGs. I think I want to take an OG here. Tyson Chandler.
That's a good one. See,
Tyson Chandler.
I wouldn't even consider him a role player. He was so dominant for like a really short span on the Knicks.
I was so happy that he won a ring with Dallas. I was like, yeah, I'll go to New York. He came to New York. I thought he was pretty good. The one thing about Tyson Chandler that I will always remember is like not basketball related at all. It's him not getting a haircut or getting his beard trimmed for like 3 months. And then he just pulls up and he has a shaved head and a lineup.
Goated behavior.
That man did not care about anything else other than basketball.
But that's what I like about. I like guys like that. That are just like kind of like freaks because they're so into it. It's the right kind of weird, you know.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
Well, Nate Robinson for sure. That's probably my favorite Nick of all time. I just couldn't fit him in on the list. If you haven't read his book, I suggest it. It was very good. It's called Heart Over Height.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
But yeah, that's really it. I think we covered most of my favorites through the years. You said you had some on the list there?
I had a few, yeah. So I love Tony Douglas. Tony Douglas is a good one. I I had Derrick Rose, but then I'm like, I don't think he was a role player. The second time he was, I guess both times. Um, I have Mitchell Robinson, longest tenured Nick, and I have Isaiah Hartenstein, even though he was with the Knicks for 2 years.
I missed him, bro. We were watching game seven at a friend's house, and we every time he would just throw up that little floater, you just know it's going in, man. That little like little quick little dump off, always automatic.
It was crazy that he wasn't guarding Wemby, and they thought it was a bad idea game one, and then he just fucking goes off, and you're like, hello, you literally gave Isaiah Hartenstein $30+ million a year for this exact reason, like play his ass. And then
Yeah,
they put him on Wemby, and then he slowed him down.
but he was fighting for his life, slowing him down. They were showing replays of him like grabbing, tugging, pushing. Poor guy.
That's what they're gonna have to do. That's the OG Anunoby take notes.
Yeah, for real.
But that is it for the draft. Let's move on to some dodgeball. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. My first question for you. How did you get into dodgeball and how long have you been playing?
So that was all Giancarlo. So Gio got me into the sport probably like 5 or 6 years ago at this point. He's played for a very long time. You've known Gio for a while. He used to do it at Laserland where he worked. There would be like a dodgeball court in the back where he would play. And he kept trying to get us to go to that, and we never would. Like me, Brett, a couple of the other guys. And then he started the league through LI Kick, and he's like, "All right, like we have a league set up now. Like you guys got to come through. Like it's so much fun. You'll meet a lot of cool people. I promise you guys will like it. If you don't, like I'll pay for your registration fees." So I was like, "Fine, like I'll do it, whatever." So we did a team with like all of us guys, like all my boys, and I fell in love with it. And I think I've played like every season except one since then. So
And you've known Giancarlo since middle school?
I met Giancarlo in sixth grade playing rugby. Uh,
Wait, Giancarlo played rugby?
yeah. Funny story actually. Yeah. So our middle school English teacher played rugby in college, and he loved it so much that he created a rugby team for our middle school. But there weren't any other rugby teams like in our area, so it's just us like scrimmaging against each other every week. So me and Gio became friends because we were on opposite teams, and we ran headfirst into each other, like nose to nose, just bang. We both crashed to the ground. Like everyone comes running, like the teacher comes running, and me and him are sitting there just hysterically laughing. And we've been like best friends ever since.
One follow-up question to this. Was Giancarlo the same height in sixth grade as he is now?
Very close, actually.
Close.
Me, Brett, and Gio all used to be the same height. Um, so I thought I was going to be short forever. And then I grew to like a normal height, and they did not.
He's a late bloomer.
Yeah. So sorry to my short kings. I still love you.
All right, my next question. How often do you play dodgeball and where do you play?
These days, I really only do, we play once a week on Thursdays in Melville at All Sports, which is where our semi-pro is. I play semi-pro, which is once a month tournaments, and I'll do some of the USA tournaments. Like this year, I think I did 3. Well, I'm doing 3. Yeah.
Can you talk about semi-pro a little bit more?
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming most people that watch the pod know what it is by now, right? Or do you want me to give a brief overview of what it is?
Yeah, you could give a brief overview.
Okay, so semi-pro is a once-a-month tournament that is hosted in Long Island that has teams that are set for the year. So at the beginning of a year, there's a draft. Captains will draft their team into their franchise, and then they can trade players or drop players or act how a franchise would. Once a month, the team that wins gets a belt. That belt is then kept until the next month, where everybody fights for it again, and the winner tries to like retain and hold on to it. I've been playing in it. What are we in, season 3 now?
Season 3, yeah.
Season 3. So I've been playing since the first season. I was a captain season 1. I was a regular player season 2, and I'm a regular player again season 3. So this year I'm on Noah's team. Noah, Nikki, and Alyssa. And I can't remember the fourth in our franchise. I don't think
Nikki, Noah, Alyssa.
it's
Oh
just
my!
Fourth in the franchise? I thought she was a regular player that got drafted.
Mm, this is gonna be really bad. I think it was Jess. I believe so.
I didn't know if she was a regular player or if it was in the franchise.
I think it was Jess or Illy, right? Is that a Lily girl on your team?
Oh, I think it was Lily then. So I thought Jess got drafted. So yeah, that's my team for this year, and I was only able to make one of the two tournaments, but it's been a blast so far. I like playing a lot of those guys. Like Noah, I've played a ton with, and Nikki, I've played a ton with. So there's a lot of like built-in chemistry there.
Yeah, great time. Absolutely love it. Um, I will never forget season one when you guys did the draft in person. And obviously, I'm not driving 3 hours down to Long Island to do a draft. And Giancarlo FaceTimes me in, and he draft my brother. You draft Tyler in the first round. And I was just chilling. I'm like, I'll get Tyler like end of second, early third, whatever. No one's gonna know Tyler. And then you draft him. I'm like, did he just fucking draft Tyler?
Bro, I knew who you are. I was like, if your brother's anything like you, I'll get a steal. And then he never showed up for me.
I think what did it, you probably remember him from that Midnight Madness tournament that we randomly decided to do the night before. And we didn't even have six players. It was Alan Williams, Tyler, myself, John Carlo, and then I think Taylor. And then we picked up Jacob, who I was probably one of his first tournaments, and then Mike Fish, who I don't even know if he plays anymore.
She does not play anymore.
So it couldn't have been any more last minute. And John Carlo was like, just head down here. We'll have a team. I'm like, all right, even if we have five, like kind of like your chances. So maybe you remember Tyler from that in the beginning.
Is he still playing?
No, not really.
Just doesn't have time for it, or
Truck driver life now.
oh, he's a truck driver too.
And the fam, I guess.
Yeah, starting a legacy. You guys have to have like a brothers trucking company.
I don't know, dude. I'm trying to get out of this.
Yeah.
It's a good and bad. It's good and bad. All right, my next question. Do you remember your first tournament?
Yes. Jordan's talked about it on a lot of pods. It was in New Jersey, and we got our freaking shit rocked. Um, no, Boston. LI Kick takes Boston. It was in Boston, and there was a group of us that went, and all of us were outclassed and outmatched completely. So that was kind of a culture shock where we all thought we were pretty decent for our area, and then you go to compete on a larger stage, and you're like, wow, we are small fish.
That was my first tournament coming back, I think 2 or 3 years, just because a bunch of people in Nutmeg wanted to play. And I'm like, all right, you guys want to play? Like, I'll go up with you guys. We'll pick a team and then we'll see what happens. I'm like, I don't think we're going to win, guys, but like, we'll have fun for sure and give you guys, dip your toe in the water. And I definitely remember you guys because you guys like came in deep with like 15, right? Probably people there.
We had two teams, so there was probably like 15 or 16 of us. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember a lot of you guys there.
didn't play very well, but a lot of people that were at that tournament kind of used it like as motivation and got a lot better afterwards.
Feel like most of the faces that I remember still play, right?
Majority, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's good then. It's good.
Yeah, got addicted,
Can't go to your first tournament, get your ass kicked, and then just quit.
right?
All right, my next question. Have you had a welcome to dodgeball moment?
Probably that tournament was a big like kind of eye opener. I also think seeing elite level players 1v1 each other for the first time is extremely eye opening. So the first couple times I saw Dylan Cruz and Giancarlo go at it when they were like trying, because they're competitive guys, so they want to go all out against each other. That was pretty eye opening. You think these guys are great when they're going up against regular players, and then you see that they're not even really trying. Because when they're playing against people that they have to, be their best at, it's blows you out of the water for real.
Yeah, the group of people that I brought up from Connecticut, we were watching foam because we didn't do the foam, we just did no sting. But I'm like, let's pull up an hour early so you guys don't just get there, get intimidated, and then like turtle up. So I'm like, we'll get there an hour early, we'll watch. Like, I'll talk to you guys, we'll talk things out. So we're watching Anarchy play Shred, I believe, for Foam Finals, and bro, sorry, and everyone's like, why is everyone throwing at people who have a ball? And I'm like, because everyone who doesn't have a ball is really good and they're gonna catch them. And I'm like, also, they're gonna have to throw two at every person who has a ball because they're not gonna get them out throwing one. And that was like extremely eye-opening for them.
It's like a whole different ball game.
Literally, yes, literally. All right, my next question. Do you have any role models or mentors in the dodgeball community?
So this one was hard because I feel like I'm someone that has so many. I could just give you a laundry list right now. So I think I'm going to do a couple from Long Island and a couple outside of Long Island. So for Long Island, I think the biggest one is Giancarlo. He got me into the sport, and he was my original captain on Island Boys when I started to travel. Dylan Cruz, I think he's been huge for the community and me personally. There's a lot of like one-on-one moments we had where he kind of helped instill like a dog behavior in me. I think the pair of Derek and Sierra has been huge for my development. And I'm gonna throw a curveball on this one and say Mo. You know Mo Lopez.
Oh, Mo, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Mo is someone that has been super like to see a lefty at that level that I can come to and rely on and ask questions, and he's always so responsive and kind. That's a big one. So those are my Long Island. Um, for abroad, I think yourself and Sean are the two from Connecticut that really taught me a lot. I think Andrew Kim was a big one, and Shota as well. So I'll go with those four.
I appreciate that. Also, it's great that Mo's coming back. I saw him playing in Minnesota, and I was
He's
like,
on my
okay,
team, bro. He's on my team. I got
okay.
blessed.
I'm sure I've told you this before, but I am so jealous of lefties.
It's fun. I love it.
I wouldn't say I don't play well against lefties. It's tougher for me because you don't really get to practice against lefties. Like I'm trying to think of players in my league, and I think there's just one that's a lefty, and I'm so jealous.
We have a lot in Long Island, which is cool. Um,
Chrissy, you, Noah.
yeah, there's a ton. Pat's a lefty. We have a couple people that can throw with both hands. Like Sierra, when she broke her right arm, she learned how to throw with her left hand, which I think is
PJ Mike.
PJ Mike's got the dual Berettas over there. So yeah, we've talked many times about having like an all lefty team. We just haven't put it together yet, but it's in the works.
That would be sick. That was also, I think, the Knicks are almost the Knicks for like the 2022 season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very jealous of lefties. When my son was a baby, I would hand him everything in his left hand, everything. And
That's
now he's almost a year and a half, and he's throwing stuff lefty and righty, and he's grabbing a lot of stuff lefty. So I'm like, okay, let's see.
little switch hitter.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. All right. My next question. So I believe the video came out yesterday, right? On Instagram?
Yeah, he posted it. Yeah, yesterday or today, one of the two.
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, can you explain what happened in this famous video?
Famous is a show.
It is famous now.
So, Giancarlo made Team USA for the first time. He's made practice squad, but now he's an official member of the mixed foam team that's going to Worlds. While this whole process was going on, Sal, his boss, the owner of LA Kick, wanted to do something nice for Giancarlo as like a way to say thank you for all of the stuff he does for the Long Island dodgeball community and for LA Kick itself, etc. So he asked me if I would be willing to give Giancarlo a letter from LA Kick stating that they'll cover all of his travel and airfare it's Thailand, right, that they're going to Thailand while he goes and competes for Worlds. He wanted someone that was like a close friend of his, and I've been friends with Gio for a long, long, long time. So he asked me, and I was very grateful and I accepted. So Sal pretended that he got a package delivered at his house and that he needed Giancarlo's help to bring it in. So Giancarlo comes outside and he just sees me there with a letter, and the video was pretty emotional. It was us hugging and then Gio reading the letter, and kind of like a big release of all the effort he's put in over these last couple of years. Felt good to
Very,
be a part of that.
yeah, it was an awesome video. I'm extremely happy for Giancarlo. He's put in so much time and effort. He's been playing for a long time. I'll never forget the first time I met Giancarlo. It was at one of Abdul's tournaments, and he wasn't on the best teams. And I always looked at him, and so I would do scouting reports back in the day for Impact because we had a lot of people from just out of state coming. Like we had Matt and Kyle Sander coming from Ohio. So I would do scouting reports. So every time I would do a scouting report for Giancarlo, it would say good player, bad team, good player, bad team. And the first time I met Giancarlo, he approached me and he was asking me because I wouldn't post anything on YouTube back in the day because I was like, nah, like if I post this on YouTube, everyone gets to see it and then they get like an advantage on us.
Free intel, yeah.
Google Drive back in the day. So he was like, if I give you my address, can you send it to me? And I'm like, yeah, I got you. But super proud of him. He's been putting in the work for a long time. Flight member, Fallout member now for 2 years. Seen it in live action. Extremely proud of him, and he fucking killed it in Minnesota, and he also killed it in selection camp too, obviously. But super proud of him.
Yeah, this was super cool to see. For years, he's always said like, "This is gonna be my year." That's like a thing in our friend group is that he always said that, and then he would proceed to have just bad breaks. So this is finally his year. I'm super stoked for him. I'm gonna be watching every single game, cheering him on, and hoping he gets to show the world what he's all about.
Yeah, yeah. All right, my next question: what's the biggest challenge you faced in dodgeball so far?
I thought a lot about this, and the answer I'm going with is captaining a losing team. So I was the captain of No Quarter in season one of Semi Pro, and as a competitor, I really like to win. I think that's why you play these types of games. If you're a competitor, you want to win these games. Does that mean you're a sore loser? No, but you have that drive, that dog in you. You want to compete and fight and be in every game, at least getting there, and then the joy comes from like the adversity of like getting past your shortcomings. So that team, I loved that team, but we could never get past our shortcomings, and that was something that would eat away at me for a while. Made me realize that captaining is a lot harder than it looks. I give people like my current captain Matt Spadone, I give him a ton of credit. Giancarlo, when he was my captain, guys like yourself that go out there and captain, it's not an easy task. And when you don't get the results you want, you feel so bad for yourself, but you feel even worse for your team. And there's nothing you can really say to make them feel better. So that was probably the hardest dodgeball like moment I've had.
That's a really good one. I don't think I've gotten an answer yet on any of these episodes, but I have not said this on the pod, but I will share a little story here. So last summer, I found out that I made the practice squad. I went to Seattle beforehand and we won Seattle round. I then went to Boston, won men's foam, won mixed, oh, I'm sorry, men's no sting, mixed no sting, then played in BDL the next day in that tournament, finished in third. Like on paper, a great summer, right? Like also like 7 years cancer free, great summer. Impact didn't do very well last year for semi-pro. We missed the playoffs, and one of my buddies was like, Ryan, like, how's dodgeball been going? Like, it seems like you're killing it. I was like, dude, not good. And he's like, you're insane. And I'm like, I had such a low from missing the playoffs and just as a captain, just it reflecting on me and not knowing, also kind of knowing, low key a little bit, what to do or what not to do. And just like, it's a huge challenge. And it falls on you as a player, you as a coach, you as a captain, like you as everything.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you get it. I figured you get it more than most, where it's like you just all you want to do is see your group thrive, and when you can't get there, it hurts.
3 hour car ride back, I might have said 10 words. I was pissed, upset, sad, trying to like come up with like game plans for me, for my teammates, what we can do, what we can't do, trades because it's semi-pro, like cuts if I have to, like everything. And again, just one tournament that we missed the playoffs, but just so disappointing. My next question, what advice would you give to yourself when you first start playing dodgeball?
So I mentioned this on Iman's podcast. I think players that start out should not hyper focus on their specialty. So when I first started, I got known for catching pretty quickly, and that's like kind of all I put my energy towards for the first like year or so I was playing dodgeball. And I think it stunted my growth in a lot of other aspects that then took longer to develop going forward. If I was to start again, I think I would not steer away from catching, but since I already had a nice foundation built on how to do it, I should have prioritized other things much quicker. Like I think I would be a much better blocker today if I was working on blocking when I first got into the league, things like that.
So what made you switch?
Like what made me try to become more well-rounded?
Yeah.
Uh, I had a one-on-one session where it was Dylan Cruz, myself, and Allison at Farmingdale Park batting cage, and we just worked out for like 3 or 4 hours, and he would just like make me put up blockers and throw balls at me, and seeing how hard it was made me realize that it's something that it was worth getting good at. I saw the benefit of it. Picking up a lot of little tricks in those like 3 to 4 hour session made me realize that there's so much more to this game, and it's such a all-encompassing game that you can't really be a specialist at anything and survive. Like if you look at anyone on Team USA, sure, there's people that are very good at catching or very good on the rush, but they can do everything else at such a high level.
For sure. Yeah. Chestnut checkers. That's what I say.
Yeah.
All right. My next question, what was the path to the current team you play on?
Pretty much the Island Boys to Kraken pipeline right there. So Island Boys was created by Giancarlo. A large majority of the guys that are on it, when the team got disbanded, Matt Spadone kind of rounded back up. So those are the only real two competitive teams that I've played on since joining like the USA Premier Tour.
Mm-hmm. So what rounds did you play in this year? So you played in Minnesota?
So far, just Minnesota. I think the only other one we plan on going to is Nationals for this year. I had taken the time off for Alabama, but we couldn't get a team together. So it's been tricky. My team's primarily a foam team. So it's nice that they're split up into like one tournament specializes in just foam. But then if like the traveling doesn't work for us, then it's like we just lost a third of our playing opportunities for the year, you know?
Yeah. I like the one ball type per weekend. I also think it's a lot easier for like the people on the committee and Nicole to see numbers and like what ball types people do like and what they don't like.
Yeah.
For example, Alabama this weekend, there's not a ton of teams signed up. It is a tougher location to get to. Like Fallout, they're not going. Like Matt and I were going, but just couldn't get our squad to go. But my next question, favorite ball type, least favorite ball type, and why?
Favorite is foam. Most familiar with it. It's what I've been playing in leagues forever. Least favorite, you already know the answer. It's no sting. I hate no sting.
Okay, Joylight or Baden?
What's that?
Joylight or Baden for foam?
Bad.
Okay.
I think it's so much easier on my arm. I kind of like that it spins a lot. I think it makes for more dynamic play. I think it gives people with like sharp breaks in their curve, like Derek Smith, like a cool advantage.
I was excited for the switch to Baden. I played 20 hours of dodgeball at selection camp. I'm now back on Joylight. I'm now back on Joylight. I played the selection camp, and then the following weekend we did Beast Coast practice on Sunday, and then we did like Connecticut Dodgeball League on Monday. And the first throw, I'm like, oh my god, like Jesus Christ. I'm very happy that Semi Pro switched to Joylight again.
I like them both, but yeah, I think as long as the ball's new, I'm fine. It's one of those balls that like beat to hell that my arm starts to hurt when I throw.
Yeah, I can agree with that for sure. All right, my next question: do you have any other hobbies than dodgeball?
I am a big video game guy. I play a lot of Valorant. I play a lot of Pokemon. Play a lot of Rocket League. Um, I like to read. I like to um, hike and travel and be out in nature, that type of stuff.
Love it. Not just a dodgeball guy.
No,
Got other hobbies.
yeah, with the same people, but yeah.
That's okay. And then you don't only watch Nick games. So what other teams do you like?
I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. I am a. I was born and raised a Yankee fan, but my friends are Mets fans, so I kind of root for both. Like I think if they played each other in a series, I'd root for the Yankees. But I like both New York sports teams. And then I'm a Liberty fan.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm not a big WNBA fan, but I like the Liberty. Sabrina
Yeah.
got her
I also
shoes.
I watch professional Valorant, so I'm a G2 fan if that means anything to anyone.
I have no clue what that means.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the Packers' upcoming season? Are you feeling confident? That division's getting pretty good.
It's a tough division, man. There's a you can ask Jordan. This is a scary division to be a part of. But I'm excited. I'm less of a football fan than I am a basketball fan. Basketball is like really my passion sport.
For some reason, I thought you were a Jets fan, but then the second you said that you were a Packers fan, I'm like, I knew that. I've definitely heard that before.
Got your greens wrong. Yeah, different greens.
Yeah. All right. Next question. What's your favorite dodgeball memory to date?
Favorite dodgeball memory to date would be honestly, I think it's probably Geo making Team USA. Um, on the drive there, I was like tearing up in the car because that, like him making that kind of just makes it all worth it. Like all those film sessions, all those long nights, all those, you know, shooting, pushing each other to be better. Like it's so like hugging him when I gave him that letter was kind of like wrapped everything up for me. It was perfect.
You know him for a long time. You've seen him put all the work in, and not just dodgeball and all these other sports. And he got you into the sport, and it's a
Yeah.
goal of his, and it's a goal of yours.
So that's my mentor. That's one of my best friends. That's my captain forever. So yeah, that's probably my favorite dodgeball moment.
I love it. All right, my next question. Do you have any current goals?
In dodgeball or in life?
Could be either or both.
Ooh, okay. So in life, I work at a credit union. So it's a goal of mine to become a branch manager. I'm currently a head teller. Uh, in dodgeball, I think I want to transition more towards coaching and being a mentor to younger people on the scene or newer players in the community. Whenever we travel with Vendetta, the women's team, that's like Kraken's counterpart. I take a lot of pride and joy watching the girls play. And I think it'd be cool to kind of transition to like because like I'll go anyway because Al's going. So like if I retire or stop playing or what have you, I would still go to watch her. Um, I think it would be a lot of fun to just like support them and be like a ball shagger with a voice, someone that just helps out the team and tries to build up their confidence and things like that.
I love it. So, who's some upcoming names on Vendetta or just in Long Island that you're really excited for or about?
Well, I mean, there's a lot that like barely missed out on Team USA, so I want to shout them out. I think Chrissy, Sierra, um, we got Mackenzie, like those three girls really gave it a good shot, and I think all were deserving. But there's so much talent in USA that it's hard to break through all of that. Um, for upcoming talent, I think Andrew Dooling is a guy to watch.
Ooh, that's a really good one.
He's newer to the scene, but his throw is electric. He's just got to figure out dodging a little bit. He's a big guy, so it's a little harder. Like he's tall, but I think he's someone that if he starts to travel and he gets the right people in his ears, that dude's going to be a monster for years to come. He already is a monster, but you know.
He's also on. I also heard he's on the A team for Beast Coast.
I did not know that, but that's well deserved, and it'll be fun to see him kind of get a taste of, more competitive dodgeball.
Him coming out of the middle on that team is going to be a little scary.
Gross. Yeah, and with all that protection on the corners, he's going to be able to just whip balls.
Yep. Yeah. And yeah, he's just going to open everything up for Taylor, Dylan, Quan, Giancarlo. But you can't let him tee you off, so you eventually got to throw him.
Team is gross.
Yep. All right, and then my last question: build your dodgeball Mount Rushmore of goats.
Shota, Quan.
Oh, I love that you said Quan. I don't think anyone said Quan yet.
I love Quan. Fantastic player, and the fact that he's so good at all the ball types, like foam is not his dominant ball type, and he still would come to semi-pro and just feast. Dylan Cruz. Trying to think if I want to keep it just USA. I'm going to because it's Mount Rushmore. I'm going to go with Hashi. And is Mount Rushmore's 4 or 5? It's just 4. Yeah, okay.
4, yeah.
Yeah, that's 4.
That's 4. I was like, there's been people that have just kept on going, and I'm just like...
I almost overthought that one. Yeah, that's my 4.
That's a good 4. I asked one of my guests one time from... oh my gosh, England, his Mount Rushmore. He's like, "What's Mount Rushmore?" I'm like, "You're such an idiot, dude." Like, not William, myself. I'm like, you have to explain that.
Something we wouldn't even think about, though. I can't blame you.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's a great list. And shout out Quan too and Dylan and everyone else that you just named for making Team USA.
Yeah,
Quan's crossing over too, doing both, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's in. For cloth, he's on open and mixed.
Yeah, excited for him. Played one cloth tournament one time. Got the chance to play with Quan. Pretty good.
And he's so understated. I like how he plays the game. If you talk to him, he's so humble. You would never think that he's this dominant player, because a lot of players in the community have like these big personalities and stuff, and he's a little more reserved, but he's so good and so kind and humble. So I like that he's from Long Island. I like how much he gives back to the community. It's cool to see. So shout out Quan.
Shout out Quan. All right, and that's all the questions I got for you. Let's move on to questions from the people. Thank you to everyone who has sent them in. First question from Big Al. If we were filthy rich, would you want to own or manage the Knicks franchise? What would your involvement with the team now look like?
Obviously, I'd want to own it. I would have zero involvement in the team except being there on the front court every single night. I would not make a decision on the coaches. I would not make a decision on the front office. I would hire really smart people, and then I would sit courtside next to Spike Lee.
That's the correct answer, 1,000,000%. What James Dolan has done the last 5 years, great. Good job. Don't do anything different.
It took him 30 years to get there, but hey, we'll take it.
You're telling me you wouldn't go to NBA All-Star Weekend in what year was that? 2011, 2012? And then give I don't know, a bunch of first-round picks and throw in all your role players for Carmelo Anthony?
Hell no. And I love Melo, but hell no.
I was never the biggest Melo fan. For a few years, yeah, but after that...
I think if we got him for nothing, like if he signed in free agency the next year, I think it'd be a totally different conversation when it comes to Melo. But the fact that there's that, kind of stigma that we wiped our entire depth for him, like it kind of sets him behind in the narrative already.
I
If we
think
got
that
him for
was
nothing, it would have been great.
I think that was the issue at first, but then also like the front office was really bad, so like he was a good player on a bad team, and like that's where the Knicks were kind of stuck in purgatory. But then the second half of like his Knicks career, I wasn't a fan of him because you need to lead by example. And I thought he just didn't give a shit on defense and he would try an offense. And I'm like, okay, well, you guys are never going to win if you're only playing on one side of the ball here.
That's fair. I respect that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sorry. Al's next question. What's your favorite jersey of yours that you own and a favorite that you've seen but don't have?
So, favorite jersey that I own is actually the flight jerseys. I love I have the brown one, the brown colorway. I think I have that in Giancarlo's, but that's my favorite jersey design. Um, One that I don't have is probably like something basic, like a shred Dylan Cruz jersey. It's I feel like ones like or like a DMV Grizzlies jersey. I feel like those are just such staples in the dodgeball community that I should have owned one by now and don't, and I got to get on that.
I don't have a Grizzlies one either. That's a really good one, and they've had a bunch, but I like all their designs.
The one I shout out all the time is like an uncommon one that I absolutely love is your uh too happy. What is it? Too fast, too furious.
Oh yeah, yeah. Uh-oh.
There we go. I thought I was driving. It said safe driving mode.
Thought you crashed your car or something.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, no, that's a clean jersey. The Too Fast, Too Furious, and then we all have characters on the back from the movie.
yeah. That one's awesome. I think that's up there in my favorites as well.
We have a new one for our mixed, and it's Shrek themed. We're supposed to have it for Minnesota, but we didn't, and we don't have like funny names on the back of it. But if we did, I want it to be Blind Mouse number two, like just the most random character in Shrek.
Hell yeah.
All right. I got a few questions from Jack Boy. First one, any specific dodgeball goals you'd like to achieve in the upcoming years?
I feel like we covered that. Mostly just kind of transition into being more of like a mentor towards newer players. And then working with the girls on Mandetta.
Okay. Next question. If you can think of one of your most memorable / favorite plays or one of your favorite catches.
Uh, Favorite catch I ever got is also probably the luckiest catch I ever got. It was in semi-pro against Noah, and he threw one above my head, and I don't know why, but I pre-jumped, so I jumped up and I caught it like a helmet catch. So that was probably my favorite catch. I could send you the clip after.
Yes, I made a clip. What was this, season 1 or season 2?
First, he was on my team, so that would be season 1. So that was no quarter
No
games.
quarters. Yeah. Okay. I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, it's my favorite catch of all time.
Next question from CJ Parisi. What sort of black magic resulted in your condition of left-handedness, satanic or arsenine? I don't know that word. How long have you studied the dark arts?
I've studied the dark arts my whole life. I'm left-handed because my brother is right-handed, and we're twins.
So you just decided to go opposite? That's literally it?
That's it. That's the
Oh
whole
my
thing.
God. I should have done that when I was younger. It's that easy.
It's that easy. We wanted to stand out from each other. He took the right hand, I took the left.
Okay. All right. Next question from Brenda Gonzalez. I mentioned this in the last pod, but in my opinion, you had the best team name and jersey in the first season of semi-pro. If you were to create another semi-pro team, what would it be? Also, thanks for always being a supportive teammate.
Oh, thank you, Brenda. So that one, so me and Al made that in a Panera. I remember making that one. We were trying to figure out. I knew I wanted it to be pirate themed because I love pirates. I love cartography, map making, that type of stuff. So I figured there was like a cool dodgeball jersey design you could do with that. And then we kind of hammered out all the kinks and details in a Panera, which was a lot of fun. So I still remember like this sheet of paper that we were doodling on and stuff to get the design together. And so I chose a name that kind of meant it has a nautical meaning, like oh God, I'm calling you, pirate meaning, and then like a, regular meaning. So it means like no mercy, which I feel like translates well into dodgeball. It means like you will not give someone grace. You will go all out, all in, aggressive. Basically means you'll go in and murder everyone, which is not what we did, but it was the goal. If I was ever to do another team name, I would probably have to give it a lot of thought. It would probably be related to one of my other hobbies, so like probably like video games or Pokemon to some extent.
Okay. I've always thought about different team names for just random tournaments. Most of the time, they're just troll ones. Like one tournament, I was Giancarlo's home address,
That was
but
I was at that tournament.
he wasn't too happy about that one.
That
Can't
was
blame
great.
him.
No, that was good. I like that team name.
But I've had some pretty cool ones over the years. I've never had a chance to use them. Um, but yeah. And then last question. Yes. All right, last question from Anonymous. Are you ready? Would you break another finger of mine if it meant the Knicks won the finals?
Break another finger of yours. Is that from Giancarlo?
Nope.
Whose finger did I break? I mean, the answer is yes. I don't care.
It's someone who currently had surgery, I think like a few weeks ago for this.
I didn't break Al's finger.
I know.
I'm Dominican Republic.
I think she's like, would you break it for them to win?
Oh yeah, 100%. Not even a question. I would like, and I say that as someone who loves her dearly, and I would break it tomorrow if it meant they would win.
Oh, that's a good one. I forget what I said to Al. I said something funny back. But yeah, for sure.
You sent me when we found out about Mitchell Robinson breaking his pinky. You sent me something that were like Big Al would play through this.
Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was.
You were like, I know a dog like Big Al would play.
Yeah.
That shit had me howling.
Oh man, yeah. When I heard that Big Al broke her finger, and then it was Nate who did it.
I know, the nicest guy.
Wow,
Can't trust him anymore.
those Connecticut guys can never trust them.
Trust them. No way.
But yeah, man. And on the back of Al's jersey says Big Al, correct?
On the back of her jersey?
Yeah, for Downfall.
Yeah, I think so. Most of hers have it now.
And then I think Alan Williams has Small Al on the
Yeah,
back of his.
yeah. I didn't know if they actually did it. I knew they were talking about it.
I think they did it. I think I saw it after the second tournament.
I think that's so funny.
I love it. I love it. But that's all I got. That's all the questions from the people. Let's hit the outro. Any closing thoughts / shout outs?
I think we covered it, but it's been a blast. Thank you for having me. Always appreciate chopping it up with you.
Of course, anytime. You've been on my list for a while. We kind of talked about this beforehand. Just a matter of time, and I still have a lot of people on that list. Do you have any shout outs?
Just the Knicks. Let's go Knicks, man. Play tomorrow. Knicks. You heard it here.
Let's go Knicks. I'm excited. It's been a while since they played basketball. I really do think they're going to win this, and I know I'm going to sound like a homer by saying that, but I'm confident.
Me too.
And then one last shout out to everyone who made Team USA. I know that everyone has put in so much time and hard work, not just the last few weeks or the last few months. It's a 1.5, 2-year process. So congrats to everyone who made it. I'm looking forward to watching everyone in Bangkok. And for everyone who didn't make it, keep your heads up. Keep on chugging. Hard work pays off, and use this as motivation.
Yeah, I've already seen like a lot of people that didn't make it, and were in that conversation. I already saw videos of them working out, grinding, getting back to it. So that's what it takes, man. So shout out to those people.
That's it. There's 2 different roads you can take at this point, and It's one to just give up and say fuck it, or the other one to be like, all right, extra motivation. And then my last question, what's one guest you'd like to see on Bromance?
Brett.
Brett, okay.
Yeah,
Father Brett.
I think Brett would be a good one, especially now that he's running a lot of the LA Kick stuff. He does the Thursday League. He does semi-pro. I think he'd be a good guy to chop it up with.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. I was trying to think of who you're gonna say. I was thinking you were say like Robbie or someone on Kraken, someone else on Kraken.
Robbie would be good. All the guys on Kraken would be good. Maybe Mo. I feel like Mo's another good one because you know Mo, especially now that he's getting back into the scene. So I'll do those or Twin. Either Randy. I feel like Randy's a good one too. Has he been on the show yet?
Randy's been on the show a few times. I think the second longest episode, Josh and Bo's episode, was like 4 hours, two-parter. My ass hurt from sitting on the seat for so long. Great pod. You guys should listen to it. Thank you for hopping on. But yeah, Randy was very high and ate like two whole ass meals. It was with you, Kyle.
Yeah, it was. But has he ever been on by himself?
No, he hasn't.
So maybe get sober him on the pod.
I don't think so. I think if I have him on the pod solo, it would just be I want him to get as high as possible, and I think I would just ask him one question, and that's it. It's just like a leading question. I think he would just go on for hours.
One way to find out, you gotta have him on.
That's true. That's true. But all right, Kyle, that's all I have. Thank you for hopping on the pod.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Peace.